There's a law in software that sounds completely insane. If your project is running late, adding more developers will make it later. Not the same. Later.
Wait, that can't be right. If I'm behind on a deadline and I throw 4 more engineers at it, surely the work gets done faster. More hands, less time. That's just math.
It feels like math. But it's the wrong math. The intuition you just described comes from physical labor. 9 women cannot make a baby in 1 month, and software is way closer to the baby than to the bricklaying.
Okay, so where does this law actually come from? Who said it?
A man named Fred Brooks. In 1975 he wrote a book called The Mythical Man-Month, based on managing the development of IBM's gigantic OS/360 operating system. He watched the disaster happen in real time.
And the line everyone quotes is brutal in its simplicity: adding manpower to a late software project makes it later.
So why? Why doesn't more people just equal more output? Walk me through it.
3 reasons, and they stack. First, ramp-up time. A new developer doesn't contribute on day 1. They have to learn the code base, the architecture, the weird decisions made 8 months ago that nobody documented.
And here's the cruel twist: who teaches them? Your most experienced people. The exact engineers who are actually moving the project forward now stop coding to mentor the newbies.
So you've made your best people slower to make your new people functional. In the short term, total output goes down, right when you needed it to go up.
Exactly. Second reason is task division. Some work just can't be split. Brooks's baby example. If one task takes one person 3 weeks, you can't assign 3 people and finish in 1. The dependencies won't allow it.
But the third reason is the real killer, and it's the one people never see coming. Communication.
This is where the math gets beautiful and terrifying. Let's count the communication links between people on a team.
If it's just you, there are 0 conversations to coordinate. 2 people. 1 channel between you. 3 people. Now there are 3 pairs talking. 4 people. 6 channels.
And the formula for this is n times n minus 1, divided by 2. That little equation is the silent assassin of software schedules.
Let's actually feel the numbers. 5 people gives you 10 communication channels. That seems manageable.
But jump to 15 people and you have 105 channels. Double it to 30 people and you've got 435 separate relationships to keep in sync.
So the team doubled, but the coordination cost didn't double, it quadrupled. The links grow with the square of the people. Add programmers linearly, add chaos exponentially.
And every one of those channels is a chance for a misunderstanding, a duplicated effort, 2 people building the same thing 2 different ways.
This isn't just theory. Let me tell you what a death march actually looks like. A project slips. Management panics. They hire a wave of contractors in month 9 of a 12-month project.
And the meetings multiply. Suddenly your senior engineers spend their entire day answering questions, reviewing pull requests, and explaining context instead of writing code. The actual building grinds to a halt.
The classic real-world cautionary tale here is something like the FBI's virtual case file project. Hundreds of millions of dollars, ballooning teams, shifting requirements, and after years of effort it was scrapped almost entirely.
And the pattern repeats everywhere. Healthcare.gov's launch, countless enterprise rewrites, bloated teams, endless coordination, and a launch date that keeps marching backward no matter how many bodies get added.
So if adding people is the trap, what actually works? Because deadlines are real and projects do slip.
Brooks gave us answers too. The first is cut the scope, not add the people. Ship less, but ship it. A working subset beats a perfect product that never arrives.
Second, structure beats headcount. Small teams with clear ownership and clean interfaces between them. If each team only talks through a defined contract, you slash those communication channels.
That's basically the modern microservices and two-pizza team idea, Amazon's rule that a team should be small enough to feed with 2 pizzas. It's Brooks's law turned into an org chart.
And the third? Add people early, not late. New hires in month 1 have time to ramp before crunch. New hires in the final month are pure overhead.
So the deepest lesson here isn't really about programmers at all. It's that some kinds of work don't parallelize. Throwing resources at a thinking problem can actively make it worse.
Right. Software is built in people's heads and shared through conversation. And the more heads you add, the more conversations you drown in. Sometimes the fastest way forward is fewer people, not more.